आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
On the show tonight, another set of videos come out which talk about India's radicalization networks and why it's right time tonight to unitedly fight back against the looming threat. At 9 o'clock tonight, an analytical insight into what went wrong in the Dubai air show and why the tragic crash of the Tejas plane during the air show crash could have been avoided. Now, as we all know, the Supreme Court is hearing the bail pleas filed by Umar Khalid, Sarjil Imam, Gulfisha Fatima, Miran Haider, Shadab Ahmed, and Mohammad Salim Khan in the larger conspiracy case in relation to the 2020 Northeast Delhi riots. Ladies and gentlemen, none of these people should be given any leeway. They are responsible for the killing of 53 people during those riots. The benches of Justices Arvind Kumar and N.V. Anjaria are hearing the matter. Khalid and the others who have moved the top court against the Delhi High Court's September 2nd order denying them bail, keep your eyes on the screen tonight, because what I am about to show you is the reality of what happened. Terrorists should not be spared, and these people are terrorists. But I want to ask you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, can anyone give them bail when this is what their provocation is and this is what their hate speech led to? Watch today how the lanes of Chandbagh transform into a war zone. The tapes on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Men marching with armed lathis and massive PVC pipes with pointed ends to kill people, mobs moving to kill and destroy and burn. This terrible violent swarm surging towards the police, stones flying, blasts echoing, shields buckling, officers and policemen scrambling for their lives. And these people killing someone with one hand and holding a tiranga or a flag on the other. This is calculated and chilling violence. This is the raw, unmasked terrorism of February 2020, captured second by second and frame by frame. Ladies and gentlemen, visuals which the pseudo-secular media, the anti-national media, and the Lutyens media does not want you to see. Visuals of the Delhi riot mobilization, the riot march of February 25th, the visuals of people with the tiranga in one hand and the lathi on the other, the coordinated disconnection of CCTV cameras so that their crimes and killings cannot be recorded for perpetuity, and the Islamist mob killing Constable Ratan Lal. It is all captured on camera. And let me tell you, the legal team of these people, Umar Khalid and Sarjil Imam, are betting on the fact that you have forgotten. And as I show you this video today, as I remind you of the horror of 2020, as we watch this together carefully, and we remind ourselves of what was happening in that pre-COVID period, when we tell ourselves the riot happened, the riots were created, the riots were calculated, people moved to kill. I am doing this show to remind you, viewers, tonight, so that you don't forgive and you don't forget what happened 5 years back. The politicians, the lawyers, the legal teams are betting on your forgetfulness. And I am betting on the fact that you have not forgotten what happened. You have not forgotten what happened to Ankit, an intelligence bureau officer who was pulled out by the hand. He was killed, his body lacerated into multiple parts, ladies and gentlemen. And out of the rubble emerged his hand being pulled out, a cry for justice, ladies and gentlemen. If you see that image, if you see that still image, then it should remind you that Ankit's hand emerged from the rubble, his body was found, so that you would fight for justice for him. Today, suddenly the government has woken up, the systems have woken up to the whole idea about Islamist radicalization leading to this kind of terrorism that we saw in Delhi. But I want to remind the government, I want to remind the people of the country that this is Ankit's hand, and Ankit was serving the government of India as an intelligence bureau officer. He was killed. And so how quickly we forgot. And so how quickly some politicians and some lawyers thought that betting on your forgetfulness, they would ask for bail and a free run for Omar Khalid and Sarjil Imam once again. I am sure, I have full respect and trust and faith in their lordships of the Supreme Court. I am 100% sure that they will not allow people who want Muslim-centered violence done because Muslims have been provoked enough to carry out violence against others. I am sure their lordships will not allow these dangerous people out on the streets of our country as free men and women ever again. Let's debate.
बात में कोशिश की एक हाईवे ब्लॉक किया जो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह 1.5 महीने से ब्लॉक थे मुसलमान आवाम सड़कों पे आ गया दूसरा स्टेप क्या होगा अब उस आवाम का जो गुस्सा है उसको इस्तेमाल किया गया कैसे इस्तेमाल करेंगे एक सबसे आसान चीज है पुरअमन तरीके से सड़कों को बंद करो पहले भी शायद कर चुका हूं 5 लाख लोग
The result of radicalization. Exactly 30 days after that speech of Sharjeel Imam, the Delhi riots of 2020 broke out. Watch how the Islamist mobs gathered in Delhi. In part 1, the mobilization. In this part of the video, on the 24th of February 2020, watch how organized mobs walked out from tiny by-lanes in Chandbagh, Delhi. This community CCTV capturing thousands on the march, lathis in their hands. Some were carrying rods. Many had guns. Watch part 2 now. This is gully number 12 in Chandbagh. With tiranga in one hand and lathis in the other, it appears some of the men seen in this CCTV were beating up someone or something. Watch the tiranga here. And then suddenly, in the corner of the screen, a man walking up the ladder. He spots the CCTV and dislocates it. This dislocation itself of cameras were coordinated. Watch this video sequence. Both videos are dislocated around the same time between 12:15 to 12:19 p.m. on Gully 12 of Chandbagh. They were disconnected exactly at 12:41 as organized mobs ran riot. The proof is in this part 3 of the clip shown in the Supreme Court today. Part 4 is the most explosive part. In this part, mobs from different directions and in touch on WhatsApp. Watch how they ran towards a group of policemen and then attacked Constable Ratan Lal and his colleagues. Here's the full video. Constable Ratan Lal died due to multiple bullet injuries. The attack on him is captured in this video. The man shooting the video is even heard saying, "Watch how the police has been targeted." Whether it's Sharjeel Imam, who along with Delhi riot conspirators instigated and radicalized mobs, or Abdullah Basit, who said they don't believe in democracy.
The same way, if you believe in democracy, then you are of Islam, because you are giving the choice of deciding the law to the people.
So you don't believe in democracy?
I reject democracy. It's not about believing, I reject democracy.
Truth is, from the ISIS tapes to the Delhi riots to the Red Fort blast, these are the new faces of radicalization. This is the real threat to India.
And Republic's campaign against radicalization is very successful. I am glad to share that tonight. And this video is even more interesting because it shows, one still is very interesting. Shalini Ali of the Muslim Rashtriya Manch, welcome. Ajay Alok, national spokesperson of the BJP, welcome. Karan Verma, welcome. We have Zeba Zuaria. She's an analyst, geopolitical analyst from Guwahati. Sheikh Amir of the Congress, Asif Hussain Sohail from Hyderabad, Tariq Khan of the Samajwadi Party, and Syed Asad Abbas completing this panel. Now, there is no ambiguity anymore after the videos that we have put out, because we are seeing some people killing somebody and holding a tiranga in another hand, which means that these people are murderers, they are killers, but they are holding the tiranga so that if anybody, police officer, asks them, what are you doing? They'll say, we are doing a peaceful protest. But they are killing people. But Asif Hussain Sohail, they are murderers, they are killers, they are jihadis. They are potential terrorists. Syed Asad Abbas, they are killing people, and then one of them is holding the tiranga, saying, can you just hold the tiranga? I'll just kill someone and I'll hold the tiranga again so that I can fool the media that I'm just a protester. If anybody asks me, Ajay, I'll say, oh, I am not responsible because I believe in my country. Here is my flag. The flag is used as a camouflage, therefore. Shalini Ali. Ek mukhota hai. तिरंगे को एक हाथ में और दंगे दूसरे हाथ से. एक हाथ में दंगा, एक हाथ में तिरंगा. Can I see the visuals? And I want the response of Harish. मैं चाहता हूं Harish, Asif Hussain Sohail, Tariq Khan respond to what they are seeing tonight.
Absolutely, Arnab. We shall certainly respond. Arnab, opening the debate with you, I think we Indians need to take from the lines of Ajit Doval, one of the finest NSAs in this country has ever witnessed. Ajit Doval Sahab, in the year 2014 at the Australia-India Institute, did mention that ISIS has recruited more Hindus than Muslims. When it came to the percentage, he said 90% of non-Muslims and 10% could be Muslim. Also, as a matter of fact, in the year 2012, he also mentioned that 50,000 ulemas got together at the Ram Leela Maidan and give a fatwa against global terrorism. Let us also understand that Ajit Doval is one individual where even a Modi ji listens to.
Thank you, Asad. Thank you, Asad. I just want 1 minute. We'll have to be brief. We'll have to be brief. We'll have to be brief. I'm getting a response from Shalini Ali, please. Shalini Ali, we are keeping it brief.
16 crore Muslims that we have in our country. Unfortunately, we are talking about figures which are not coming in reality check. Number one, I totally agree with you. Having a tiranga in your hand and then doing danga, this is something which we have to address. I have been saying this since the past so many years and so many days, recently, that if we have an issue that needs to be addressed by the people of our community, let us address it. Let us stop pointing fingers that there are Hindus, there are Sikhs, there are other people also, and this issue is there. If they are not Muslims, we can't address them, or fala. Let's forget about all that. This is an issue that needs to be addressed by the community, and we need to address it very seriously. Let's not talk about how many Hindus have got into ISIS. Let's talk about how many Muslims today are getting targeted through the educational system also, where they are brainwashed, where they are radicalized, where they are turning into anti-Indian fringe elements. Let's talk about what needs to be done. Let's stop pointing fingers at others. Let's start thinking about what we can do, what we can stand. When the Shaheen Bagh incident took place, we had numerous books that were being projected that came about where they were showing that women have come in force against the government and they are standing there for their rights. What happened about CA and NRC? How many Indian Muslims were rushed out of this country, or how many were thrown out from this country, or kiski nagrikta chhin li gayi thi? I mean, come on, yeah, these notions are still going on. Those books are still available on Amazon, where you will still see that the police has thrown tear gas, the police has done this, the police has done that. You are holding a protest in the middle of the road where people, common people, have had to take routes of say 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers extra, and you call it a heroic movement of the Muslim Mahila in Shaheen Bagh standing against the government? We need to address all this. We need to start taking things seriously in our hands rather than going. I'm shocked. I'm probably seeing these visuals after a very long time, and it did,
No,
get
we
me
need to
back
see the
into
visuals.
fear that
No, we need
pneumonia,
to
you can't
see the visuals
your camera ke upar aap
because every time there is a terrorist incident, suddenly everybody wakes up and says, oh, but did we forget what happened in Jahangirpuri? You see, what happened in Jahangirpuri is simple. 55 people were killed by these fundamentalists. And I have visuals of them. Please show video 1. The people are going in a group. They are going in a group. This is not a spontaneous response. This is a pre-planned response, and you can look at the headgear of the people. You can look at the people. This is a Muslim group. It is not a Hindu group. Which means it was pre-planned, and they were carrying the tiranga with them while carrying sticks. There are also visuals. There's a tiranga and there are PVC pipes. They are killing people and holding the tiranga. But what happened? Ajay Alok, you forgot for 5 years. Now suddenly the government is saying you are going to take on radicals.
Allegation कब से conviction हो गया है, मुझे जवाब दीजिए ना सर इसका.
क्या? ये हिंदू लोग हैं कि मुसलमान हैं जो किसी को मार रहे हैं? दंगा एक हाथ से और तिरंगा दूसरे हाथ में. ये हिंदू है कि मुस्लिम है?
ये हिंदू है कि मुस्लिम है? कर रहा हूँ.
ये हिंदू है कि मुस्लिम है?
एक FIR. सर मेरी बात खत्म करने दीजिए.
ये हिंदू है कि मुस्लिम है?
बोलता हूँ सर, जवाब दे रहे.
ये हिंदू है कि मुस्लिम है?
सर
ये हिंदू है कि मुस्लिम है? आर दे हिंदूज और मुस्लिम्स जो ये दंगा करवा रहे हैं? द वीडियो इज ऑन द स्क्रीन. द वीडियो इज बीइंग शोन टुनाइट. I don't believe in taking a middle line. Are they Hindus or Muslims?
जा रहा है, इससे मुझे बताइए. क्या नहीं, आप मुझे बताइए. मैं भी आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ सर, वो आपसे कोर्ट उसको जवाब देना चाहिए. कोर्ट इसके ऊपर जो जब सब्जुडाइज है, कोर्ट को जब उसको ऊपर कन्विक्ट करेंगे तो जब मानेंगे हम. आप एलिगेशंस को कन्विक्शन में मत लेकर चले जाइए. एक FIR से, एक चार्जशीट से वो गलत भी हो सकती है. सर देखिए, हम कोई दंगाइयों के साथ नहीं है. देखिए, ये तिरंगा 140 करोड़ हिंदुस्तानियों का है. वो हिंदुओं का भी है, मुसलमानों का भी है, सिख का भी है. हम बराबर हमारे तिरंगे का साथ देंगे. पर आप हमेशा एक कम्युनिटी को टारगेट मत करिए सर. आप जब कहीं ब्लास्ट होता है, मुसलमानों पे नाम पे चले जाते हैं. जहां पे कहीं कोई चीज का दहशतगर्दी होती है, पहली चीज मुसलमान को बताते हैं. सर राइट विंग एक्सट्रीमिस्ट
मुसलमानों ने ये जो जिन्होंने किया है, ये हिंदू है क्या?
मक्का मस्जिद के अंदर
जिन्होंने टेररिज्म करवाई है, आर दे हिंदू?
क्यों बोल रहे हैं सर?
Are the people who have carried out the 1 minute? Sir, 1 minute. Asif, please listen to me. There is a video.
Yes, I need 60
in
seconds.
The videos that I'm showing today. Asif, I need 5 seconds from you. No. Asif, I need some time from you.
Please, go ahead.
Asif, listen to me. Yeah. Dear viewers of Republic, in the video, you can hear in the background that a man says a police officer has been caught. You can then see the brutal attack on Constable Ratan Lal. Then the same person is saying on video, they have killed the poor guy, उसने इस बेचारे को मार दिया. पुलिस ऑफिसर को मार दिया. ये सब कुछ Republic is showing on tape. One minute. Just wait. They are showing it on tape. And now we are being told इन सब चीजों के बारे में बात मत करिए. मैं करूंगा. आप रोकेंगे मुझे. मैंने वीडियो दिखाई है. मैंने वीडियो दिखाई है. Viewers support Republic. Join the Nationalist Collective. The threat to your country is very real. Ajay Alok is on the debate. Ajay.
हम बराबर.
Ajay.
Sir.
Arnab, whatever blame game. एक मिनट सुन लीजिए भाई साहब.
बराबर उनको अगर कोई
भाई साहब सुन लीजिए.
मारते हैं तो
अब सुन लीजिए ना.
उनके ऊपर सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई करना चाहिए.
अच्छा ठीक है, सुन लीजिए. मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ.
मेरी बात खत्म करनी है.
मैं कह रहा हूँ
सर
ब्लेम गेम।
बताइए, देखिए जब
अरे कितनी देर आप बोलेंगे? आप वही बात बोल रहे हैं, आप वही घिसी पिटी बात बोल रहे हैं, जो एक्चुअल सच्चाई है वो बोल नहीं रहे।
मुसलमानों के नहीं मुसलमानों के घर
फिर मस्जिद पे अटैक किया जाता है। कब मस्जिद पे अटैक हो गया भाई? एक भी मस्जिद टूटी यहाँ पे?
कौन कर रहा है? वो
हजारों हिंदू मंदिर तोड़ दिए इसी हिंदुस्तान में, आप कह रहे हैं मस्जिद तोड़ी जाती है।
बोलिए सर, अरे सर कितने,
रुक जाइए, सुन लीजिए ना
सर, आप
थोड़ा सुन लीजिए।
आप आजादी से पहले की बात मत करिए सर। आप जब
मैं एक लाइन बोलता हूँ,
उसके बाद
मैं एक लाइन बोलता हूँ, मेरा रिपीट
मेरी बात खत्म करने दीजिए। जब तक
मैं एक लाइन बोलता हूँ, मेरा रिपीट कर दीजिएगा।
मेरी बात खत्म करने दीजिए पहले। आप मुझे आप मेरी बात खत्म करने दीजिए। नहीं हो सकता है, आप मेरी बात खत्म करने दीजिए। आप
कितनी देर ये बात करेंगे?
हमेशा क्यों मुसलमानों को टारगेट करते हैं?
कितनी देर बात
जहाँ
करेंगे?
पर भी गड़बड़ होती है तो मुसलमानों का नाम क्यों लेते हैं?
क्यों
हम क्यों हम क्या हिंदू, हम ये इस मुल्क के शहरी नहीं है क्या? हम इस मुल्क के सिटीजन नहीं है क्या?
ठीक है, बोल लिया ना आपने।
कोर्ट
हो गया, ठीक है, मान लिया आपकी
जब तक फैसला नहीं करता है।
ये सर्किल इमाम की लाइन है।
टीवी डिबेट
1 minute, can I have few people on screen? Asif, 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. ये जो कहा जा रहा है, और जब भी आप किसी चीज का जवाब नहीं दे पा रहे तो आप हमेशा एक ही लाइन रिपीट करते हैं और 2 मिनट चुप रहिए, मैं कुछ कह रहा हूं। आप मुसलमानों को टारगेट क्यों कर रहे हैं? आप मुसलमानों को टारगेट क्यों कर रहे हैं? मुसलमान टारगेट क्यों हैं? मुसलमान विक्टिम क्यों हैं? मुसलमानों को दबाया क्यों जा रहा है? मुसलमानों के साथ नाइंसाफी क्यों हो रही है? बताइए मुझे। ये जो उमर था, ये कायर, ये कावर्ड, इसको 4.5 लाख रुपए महीने की तनख्वाह थी। He was earning 4.5 lakh rupees a month. He was doing fine. He had done his own entire education on government support. He was getting a government salary. He was getting double income. He was wearing designer t-shirt. Some people have done analysis that the t-shirt that he was wearing was costing 8,000 rupees. He's a rich man. कहां टारगेट की गई इनको? किसने टारगेट की इन्हें? करण? अच्छा, who targeted them? These are the richest of the rich. किसने टारगेट किया? ये टारगेटिंग विक्टिमहुड नैरेटिव इज कंप्लीट नॉनसेंस।
इस्लाम से क्यों मिला रहे हैं सर? आप मुझे बताइए सर। क्यों मिला रहे हैं मुझे?
अरे एक मिनट सुनिए, टारगेट करना किसको कहते हैं?
आप बोलिए मुझे। आप
टारगेट करना किसको कहते हैं? सुनिए,
मक्का मस्जिद में ब्लास्ट होता है।
टारगेट करना किसको कहते हैं? सुनिए,
एक्सट्रीमिस्ट ग्रुप।
टारगेट करना किसको कहते हैं? हम टारगेट करेंगे,
दहशतगर्दी,
हम टारगेट करेंगे उन इंटेलेक्चुअल चरमपंथी और कट्टरपंथियों को जो भारत में रहकर भारत माता की जय नहीं बोलेंगे। टारगेट करेंगे, छोड़ेंगे नहीं।
English.
We will target those intellectual Muslim who give soft cover to this Islamic radicalization. And in spite of living in India, they don't say Bharat Mata ki Jai. Target karenge. We will target those Islamic terrorists who in the name of Islam are just spreading terrorism, like Dr. Umar. We will target them. This is not a Congress government. And this is not a so-called secular government that will tolerate you. And won't give you a soft hand. We will target terrorists. We will not leave the terrorists. Unlike in 2010 in the name of brotherhood with Pakistan. Forget it. That time has gone. You want to live with India, you want to live with co-prosperity, you want to live together, behave like an Indian. Don't behave like a Muslim radical first. When I can sing Namaste Sada Vatsale Matrabhume, why can't you? Don't you respect your motherland? आप इस धरती को भारत माता अपनी माता मानते ही नहीं है. You want one Islam, one nation for radicals, not for all Muslims. We will target those Muslims who has this feeling. The soft intellectuals who give cover fire to terrorism. The soft intellectuals who give cover fire to communism. The clear-cut Islamic radicals like Dr. Umar, who after being so educated, is spreading terrorism. Collecting 3,000 kilograms of ammonium nitrate. The perpetrators of 9/11, who were so-called chemical engineers and mechanical engineers. Do you take education for this? If this religious jealousy prevails, if you want to implement Islam, that Islam is only for Muslims, and read Saul Kafir, sorry, you are not welcome in India. We will target you. We will come after you.
What is this kafir jihad thing going on, by the way, nowadays? And then if anybody says, why can't you stop talking about jihad? Why can't you stop talking about kafir? You are told, what do you know about the intellectual concept of kafir? about the intellectual concept of jihad. I want to know what is the deep intellectual context or concept of jihad that this coward Dr. Umar was using. We are told you don't understand Islam, don't talk about jihad. We are asking you what form of jihad are you talking about? Is the form of jihad that you are talking about the same form of jihad that this Dr. Umar was talking about? That this Dr. Shaheen, Dr. Adil and Dr. Muzammil and Dr. Irfan, were they also talking about were they also talking about some intellectual form of jihad? Which intellectual form of jihad includes bomb making?
Okay. Can I answer?
No, 1 minute. The question, it's not to you. It's not to you. Wait a minute, Asad. I'm asking Tariq Khan. I'm asking Harish Muhammad.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me respond. I hope that I'll give.
No, are you for this concept of kafir and jihad?
Let me say something.
Do you believe that I am a kafir?
No.
Is Ajay Alok a kafir?
Let me say.
No, are you
something.
against the concept of kafir?
You cannot.
क्या करण वर्मा काफिर है? क्या एक भारतीय नागरिक दूसरे भारतीय नागरिक को काफिर कहेगा? Will one Indian citizen call another citizen a kafir?
काफिर हैं। अखिलेश यादव काफिर हैं।
You cannot put
Akhilesh Yadav kafir hai.
No, I'm asking you what is this idea of kafir?
Allow me to speak something or I'll keep my mouth shut. Okay, everyone is allowed to speak except me.
I am asking you what is the concept of kafir and what is Samajwadi Party view on the concept of kafir?
If you want to know, call a cleric and ask him. I am not here to explain.
Do you believe in the concept of kafir?
I am not here. Let me make it very clear, Arnab Goswami, that I am not here to detail you the concept of Islam.
No, I am not asking you concept of Islam. I am asking you a very pointed question. I am asking you, Tariq, a very pointed question to which I want a pointed reply. I know my name, Arnab Goswami repeat करने की जरूरत नहीं है तारिक जी. मैं आपसे एक ही मात्र सवाल पूछ रहा हूँ. Does the Samajwadi Party believe in the concept of kafir or jihad?
If you want to debate on the concept of jihad, call a cleric.
No, but do you believe in the concept of jihad?
Do you have a number?
Do you believe in the concept of jihad?
You want to clarify your concept of jihad?
Do you believe in the concept of jihad?
Write down the number of Arshad Madni. Write it down.
Do you believe in the concept of jihad?
Call him.
Why should I call him? I'm asking you. Do you believe in the concept of kafir? Do you believe in the concept of jihad? Am I a kafir? Is Ajay Alok kafir?
If you want to know something about Islam,
is Karan Verma kafir?
Arnab Goswami, if you want to know something about
You don't
Islam,
like my question.
It's all right.
Which means you think I am a kafir.
You can have. If you want these clarified by me, call Arshad Madni. He'll give you a better answer.
From Farooqabad.
He'll give you a better answer.
During the Lok Sabha elections, we want vote jihad.
He'll give you
What are you talking, Taib Sahab? And you know, Simi, you would remember, Arnab, Mulayam Singh Yadav said Simi is a cultural organization. They are just students. Waliullah Khan, the man who did the bomb blast in Varanasi, Akhilesh government went to withdraw his case. The court rapped him on the knuckles and said,
Tariq Khan, is Karan a kafir?
Will you tomorrow come for Padma Shri?
क्या Karan Verma kafir hai?
I am giving you number of Arshad Madni and Mahmood Madni both. Call him.
What is your view?
Why are you not a Muslim?
Shalini is avoiding. See,
I am not here to
I
speak
thought today he would say you're not a kafir.
Islamic fundamentals.
You want to give
I'm not here to speak. You want to debate on these things. You should call a cleric. It would be better. He will explain everything.
Why can't you give an explanation or a simple meaning to jihad? Why are you talking about Arshad Madni or Maulanas or a cleric? You are a Muslim, you are a practicing Muslim, you've read the Quran, you don't know the meaning of kafir and jihad.
I'm not here to explain all these things. And I'll not say anything about that.
No, there are some people who say
Call the
शर्म आनी
cleric.
चाहिए।
Ask him.
नेशनल टीवी पे
He'll
आप कह रहे हो
explain
कि
you
आप जाकर
everything.
मीनिंग लीजिए अरशद बद्री से और आप मीनिंग लीजिए किसी मौलाना से। आप
I'm
गुनाह
expecting that I'll get time to speak.
आपको काफिर शब्द का
I am
मतलब पता होना चाहिए।
expecting that,
You should be knowing the
Arnab
meaning of
Goswami, I am
jihad.
expecting
It's people
that
like
I'll
you,
get
it's
time
people
to
like
speak.
politicians like you who are misdoing, who are giving a wrong explanation and
I'll
interpretation
get
of
time to
Islam.
speak,
You
otherwise
should have
I'll
shame
keep
on
my
you.
mouth shut.
Your
It's all
family
right.
should be ashamed of you that you're not able to
Tariq,
explain
I am
the
asking
simple
you,
words such as
1 minute, I want to talk to you, Tariq.
jihad.
1 minute, just Tariq, can we? Tariq,
Let me say
Tariq,
something.
if you are a
Give me 30
secular
seconds.
person, if you are a
Give me 30
secular
seconds.
person, just you and me now, please. I need to talk to you.
Mr. Arnab
And there's nobody
Goswami,
else to disturb us now.
Give me 30 seconds.
Some
I'll
people
respond to
say,
you.
some people see, I am a Hindu. I do not believe. I believe that everybody has a right to follow their religion, and that is the beauty of Sanatan Dharma. It does not believe that anybody who is a non-believer in Hinduism is an infidel or should be targeted. This is not how Hinduism operates.
Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be.
Now listen to me. Now listen to me. I believe that you are a Muslim and I am a Hindu. I believe in Ram, Krishna, I am a Vaishnav. Right? And I believe that you are a Muslim, you have a right to practice Islam. I am asking you, is Ajay Alok a kafir? Please answer. I need you to come to terms with radicalization. I need you to come to terms. You will not smile. This concept of kafir, and some people feel, you are kafir, I'll do jihad on you.
I'll never say.
You are kafir, I'll do jihad. Kafir, jihad, jihad, kafir. This is not synonymous with Indian democracy or any definition of secularism, sir. This is not a secular word. It's not, it does not believe in it. There's something fundamentally wrong with this concept. I really hope that by the end of this program, you will say, I don't believe in concept of kafir or jihad.
Listen, Article 25
I am listening.
Article 25 gives freedom of religion to everybody. It's not only for Muslim, it's not only for Hindus. It's for everybody. Okay, and you have talked about that there has been
tell me one thing, Tariq. Tariq, tell me one thing. Why did Maulvi Irfan collect AK-47s? See, we have to be open-minded. I want to bring in Ziba right now. Ziba Zoaria is joining from Guwahati. Ziba, you know why I'm asking these questions, because it's eventually an issue of belief, right? Yeah. We have to be clear whether our belief will be at the cost of another person's life. And I think we need to talk about what we just saw in those videos there. I won't ask you a question. I'd just like you to comment on what you're hearing tonight. Ziba.
See, I would like to answer which the previous person didn't. You are talking about free speech, but does that allow you to rebrand radical terms? He didn't have any response when you asked about jihad and kafir. These people tell us about jihad means struggle, kafir just means someone who hides the truth. But sure, this is one part of Islamic scholarship that you believe, but these people completely hide the reality that ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Mujahideen, JEM have used the same term as explicit doctrinal justification for violence. So are you saying that it's a part of free speech that we will use in our country? And when you give half-truth with soft music or filters, you are not de-radicalizing the community. You are disarming them intellectually. And these are people which are part of the larger pattern. They sanitize the ideology. They turn words like kafir and jihad as some wellness slogan. They romanticize radicals. Every extremist, becomes misunderstood.
I'll name some messenger of
They legitimize the state. Every arrest becomes Islamophobia. And then you will say that we Muslims and Dalawa Musalman, we are getting.
I've written down their names.
Yeah, you will attack Muslims who speak truth. You will call us Sanghi Muslims. You will call us sellouts. This is the apologies front working round the clock. And the main question that I want to ask you is, you are counter-questioning, you cannot take a point, you cannot take a standpoint what Muslims extremists are doing. You are saying that what if a Hindu has done? This debate is about the radicals, the Islamic radicals, and when some RSS Hindutva will do something, we'll join in the debate again. My question to you is why don't we see mass Muslims protesting against jihadist ideology?
He has got this learning.
Why are we not protesting against jihadist ideologies? Why are we not? Can you please answer me?
20 lakhs Muslims. We are planning to kill. Ma Annapurna in 2021 said that we are planning to kill 20 lakhs Muslims. Now, this is a message of peace.
I say this as a Muslim,
she is a messenger of peace.
We must protect.
Messenger of peace. You know, I have.
You cannot say.
Tariq, I ask you a question tonight. I'm sure this time you will give me a clear reply with the same. Tariq, listen to me.
Can I have
Tariq, I'm speaking to you.
No.
Tariq, I'm speaking to you. You need to listen to me. First of all, you must remain calm and not lose your temper tonight, because the more you lose your temper, the more people will tell you you could not answer Arnab Goswami's question. Don't do a Rahul Gandhi on yourself. I am very calm in these conversations, and I'm asking you, I asked Rahul Gandhi when I met him, were congressmen involved in the 1984 riots? And after denying for a long time, he admitted congressmen were involved in the 1984 riots. Similarly, I will ask you the moot question. In your view, are Karan, Ajay Alok or Arnab Goswami kafirs?
No.
I have the answer to it.
Are we kafirs?
No.
What is now? Now. Answer the question. Are we kafirs?
Can I get...
Will you do jihad on us?
After that...
And what she said beautifully, I must compliment, Zeba has come probably for the first time on my program. I must compliment the intellectual rigor with which she has argued her case. She has said tonight that jihad is explained to be some kind of a struggle. In other words, she said that there are a group of people who provide some clever intellectual justification for jihad. Now, my question is, Harish, that Maulana Irfan gave AK-47s to Dr. Adil and Dr. Omar, and used to also give religious lessons to Arif Nisar Dar, who is the arrested in the Delhi blast case. Maulana Irfan was picking up pistols and AK-47s and collecting these Krinkov rifles. In his own view, was he doing jihad? In his own view, yes or no, was he doing jihad?
Of course, this
against kafirs. Against kafirs.
1 second, yeah. Yeah, this is called jihad as per the clerics. Radicalization is all about. And we have to, tooth and nail, we have to condemn this. Tooth and nail, we have to bring all the perpetrators who is standing against their own people, against their own country. There is no second thought about it. You can't go ahead and preach the radicalized scriptures, which is old, almost 14,100 years, and bring it to the current mode, and you kill people. Who does that? Any scriptures which preach, which make sure to undermine any human being or make sure to undermine and kill the fellow human being, it should be eradicated. Whether be it Islam, whether be it Hindu.
Tell Asif Hussain Sohail. Tell Tariq Khan. Tell that to these people.
I'm pretty shameful to hear people defending all this riots, all these kind of hooliganism in the name of their own religion. I'm not a practicing Muslim, but still saying that my father, mother, everyone is practicing Islam. But it doesn't mean that your scripture is allowing someone to do jihad on your own people.
We are against that.
1 second, everyone should be against that. You can't use, 1 second, I didn't interrupt anyone. I didn't interrupt anyone, please give me a second. I didn't interrupt anyone, sir, I didn't interrupt you. You can't use your Article 25 to make sure to put a compliment stating that you can do a jihad on a free run. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Your Article 25 preaches, gives a religious propagate. You can go ahead and profess. You can go ahead and preach. But you can't go ahead and kill people. You can't kill even your own people or the people who's against your scriptures or against your ideology. That doesn't how a human being works, right? I don't believe in that concept of whatever the scriptures which preached almost 1400 years before should be taken into an accordance and kill your own people. Whether be it Islam does it, throw it in the dustbin.
I can't hear you.
I don't believe. Throw
You
it
are
in the
muted,
dustbin.
Tariq. You are muted yourself. You have muted yourself.
In your opening statement, you said that Sharjeel is a messenger of hatred. Okay, that's all right. Court will punish him and whatever has happened. But you said 53 people died. You said that mob was a Muslim mob. Okay, out of that, according to Delhi police, out of those 53, you want to divide Indians in Hindu and Muslim. 40 were Muslims and 30 were Hindus. Now, 40 Muslims were killed themselves. Okay, Muslims were killing themselves, and Hindus were killed by Muslims. According to your what you want to create the scene over here is this: that those 40 Muslims were killed by themselves. Point number one. One more point. 30 seconds only.
He's absolutely mad. There is no point discussing with him. When a bomb gets blasted, bomb doesn't identify whether bomb is hurting Hindus or Muslims.
Arnab,
in 9/11 terrorism, 3,000 people were killed. 200 were Muslims.
If a mob has
does that absolve him of crime?
There must be a Hindu
What kind of a logic
is this? Say that? No, Arnab
this is what you call soft cover.
That this is a Muslim
This is what you call soft cover for terrorism.
As 40 Muslims
These people should be targeted. And yes, we will target you. We will target you.
Yes.
You guys are responsible for increasing radicalization and increasing terrorism in this country.
I'm ready to be lynched.
You guys have become a curse for the whole world.
I know people like you will lynch us.
This soft cover,
I know people like you are ready to lynch Tariq Khan. And I'm
you are identifying yourself.
I'm ready to
You are not ready to distinguish what is kafir, what is jihad. And now you are counting the number of bodies, whether Hindus or Muslims.
I'm not counting. Arnab said that these are the
enemy number one of the country.
Out of 43, out of 53.
I wish to ask you, Tariq.
Now he's counting the bodies.
No, Tariq.
3,000 people died.
Karan, ask Tariq the question. Does he believe jihad is a form of struggle? As Zeba said, some people try to portray jihad. Ask him what jihad is.
So he won't answer that because his candidate Mona Alam answered it. When they say jihad, it is a struggle for the establishment of supremacy of Islam. That is the complete truth. And when they say kafir, it is concealment of Islam. They say truth and they equate truth with Islam. So anyone who rejects Islam, anyone who doesn't accept it, they are kafirs and they deserve to be slaughtered as per their theology. Arnab, it is clear. Whether it was Ralif Ghalib Salib in Kashmir, where 5 lakh Kashmiri Pandits were driven out, many of them slaughtered, or whether it is Sartan Se Juda. Sartan Se Juda is given cover fire by AIMIM. 3 of their corporators made that chant in 2022. Legal cases fought by AIMIM. Legal cases for ISIS fought by AIMIM. This entire cabal has given them not just intellectual cover fire, but also legal aid from Mulayam Singh Yadav,
wrong and illogical.
to Hussain Jalwai, to Udit Raj. They are poor people. They are exploited. None of them are poor. Yasin Malik was rich. Osama bin Laden was rich. You make them a student, they will become Umar Khalid.
How they are safe in those countries?
They will become this doctor from Fala University. You make them a corporator, they will become Tahir Hussain. This is their mentality, Arnab. Radical Islam, which has killed 2 lakh people in the last 20 years. I say this with complete conviction. 2 lakh people have died because of 56,000 Islamic terror attacks. And it needs to be called out, Arnab. We do not need to now beat around the bush. Radical Islam is the single biggest threat to our country. Whether you like it or not, we need to call the blood out now.
Be it Gulf countries or other Islamic nations, crores of Hindus are living there. And they follow the basic Islamic
So are you placing a target on them?
No.
Are you placing a target on them?
If that would be the fundamental of Islam, that is not the fundamental of Islam, what you are saying.
That is 100% the fundamental. Why did we have 56,000? Why don't we have terror attacks in the name of any other religion?
That is radicalization.
Why don't we have terror attacks using another name? Why is it always Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Mujahideen? Why do we have these names? And why do people like Abu Azmi give them fire?
Nobody is defending Lashkar-e-Taiba.
His language during the Maharashtra polls. Samajwadi Party is guilty, Arnab, of fighting in courts, taking back cases for Waliullah, who was convicted in the Varanasi blast.
They should be punished. You should
apologize to the nation today for the sins that Samajwadi Party has committed.
No, I want Tariq here. I think I want Zeba back on the debate for a moment. Zeba.
Give me 30 seconds.
Zeba, wait a minute. I'll give you 30 seconds after I speak to Zeba. Zeba, did you find any of them answering the point you made on jihad?
No, basically
Yeah, if you
not.
allow me, I
What do
can
you
answer
want?
that.
What do you want to tell the nation? You cannot like shout and not answer the question. The problem with these people are they'll always complain, but they don't have any solution. That is your problem. You don't know how to answer. And you know, this is my India. This India today is not fighting a single enemy. India is fighting two coordinated fronts. And these includes people like you too. The operative terrorists, where there are bombers, there are gunmen, there are handlers, and there are apologists, the lobbyists, the influencers, the writers, the politicians, and the people who whitewash the ideology. They delegitimize the state. They attack internal Muslim reformers. We are so few that our voice cannot be, weaponized like your voices. As an Indian
Okay,
Muslim,
Zebaji, I'd like
from
to
the
answer you,
Northeast,
ma'am.
I
If you can
refuse
give
to
me the
let
opportunity
people
to
like
answer
Dr. Umar.
You've asked a question with respect to kafir and jihad. I'd like to address both. Zebaji, I'm sure you've read the Quran where Allah says Allah is Rabbul Alameen and not Muslimin, which means Allah, the Almighty, the Supreme God, belongs to everything in this world and not merely Muslims. That shows the answer that this belief of kafir is a jihadi mentality. And now coming to the jihadi and the terrorism. Ma'am, you're aware of the statistics given by Ajit Dawal, where he says 90% of casualties of global terrorism have been Muslims. If these terrorists read Quran, they would not kill their own people. Only 10% have been non-Muslims. Also, as a matter of fact,
I think to the level to which you are delusional, it is difficult to.
This is absolute nonsense.
One minute. This is the narrative of victimhood being created by them. Yeah.
Constitution. These are all the points that you will argue that Islam is of peace and not of political jihad. You can keep showing it. The day more, Indian Muslim speaks the truth loudly, without fear, without denial, without fake, without victimhood, radicalization will lose both its recruits and the intellectual cover that you are doing. This is what the India wants and the nation wants, where Muslim walks with dignity and not like
on global terrorism and then come on Arnab's debate.
No, Ziba is from Assam and I am from Assam too. Now, I want to tell you one thing you don't know, the syncretic culture of Assam has been lost. My grandfather, Gaurishankar Bhattacharya, wrote a book called Assam, an Epitome of India, in which he says anthropologically, sociologically, Assam is the greatest, most syncretic state, even in terms of religious diversity. But today, I want all of you to go to where I am from, Borpeta. My house is in Borpeta, my great-grandfather's house. It is 75% plus Muslims. Hindus are so scared to even stay there. If I say this, you will say, Arnab, you're a radical. I am not a radical. Radicals are the people who make it impossible for Hindus to live in Borpeta.
Yeah.
There was a school in Borpeta, in Pollahotro, where my house is from. The people there went and said that Bangladeshi Muslims have taken over the school playground. When the police came, the Bangladeshi Muslims started attacking the police. You have no idea what radicals are like. ये intellectual definition जो है ना, काफिर कुछ है, jihad, struggle है. All this does not work on the ground. आप जरा मत सिखाइए.
Answer me.
You have no idea what's going on.
Muslims being 90% of the victims are Muslims of
Don't misquote Doval.
These are the research statistics.
Shalini Ali is on the bill.
We have 26% Muslims all over the world, out of which 11% Muslims are there in India, and still we are not believe and not willing to take responsibility that there is something seriously going wrong in our community. It's time we all stand up, and it's time we all stand up
Shalini,
and
louder.
loudly that there is an issue with our youth. We have an issue inside the community, and we need to take it forward. We need to address this. How is it possible that out of 26%, 11% Muslims in India are all the time feeling vindicted? How is it possible that out of 26%, 11% Muslims in India are feeling that they are being tortured? How is it that 26% of Muslims, we have 11% Muslims in India that are feeling targeted?
Now, when you see these visuals tonight, when you see these visuals tonight, and I'm glad I've got an opportunity sideways to put this news in. Shalini, I'm glad because I'll keep repeating tonight that in May 2017, I launched Republic TV. And the second or third news report we put out was an expose of ISIS terrorists from Hyderabad, where our friend and Muslim scholar Asif Hussain Sohail is sitting tonight, and maybe 500 meters from his house, or even less, there are ISIS radicalization and recruitment going on. And I showed a person called Abdullah Basit. He's there, and he said, we are going to carry out bomb blasts in India, we're going to kill people. When I put this video out saying I've done a sting operation on the ISIS, I'm sorry to say, Asif, your great leader of the All India Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin, a party of Muslims, by Muslims and for Muslims only, which still calls itself secular, it went to the police station to get the ISIS man released. 1 year back, 1 year back, Zeba, 1 year later, Zeba, I'm talking to Zeba. 1 year later, the same man was caught in Delhi trying to plan serial blasts in Delhi. And the nation wants to know, why was Abdullah Basit given a long rope? Abdullah Basit ne, agar, nahi,
हमारे लोग मरे जाते हैं,
हमारे लोग क्या होते हैं?
लगाते हैं ना सर, ये क्या बात हो गई?
हमारे लोग क्या होते हैं? What do you mean हमारे लोग?
ISIS से इस्लाम का कोई ताल्लुक है क्या?
भारतीय नागरिक मारा जाता है, भारतीय नागरिक है वो पहले, उसके बाद
The question is, नहीं, the question is, Ziba, आप Ziba को जवाब नहीं दे पाएंगे. Ziba, they will put out an intellectual justification for Abdullah Basit too. They will put out a fantastic rationalization for Abdullah Basit too. They will say there is a reason.
मुझे बताइए आप.
What is to बताओ?
आप मुझे बताइए, ISIS से इस्लाम का कोई ताल्लुक है या नहीं है? नहीं है ना देन.
फिर आप क्यों बचाने गए थे ISIS वालों को पुलिस स्टेशन? क्यों गए थे?
सर हमारे मस्जिद में तो
नहीं, आप इन ISIS वालों को बचाने के लिए हर बार थाना क्यों पहुंच जाते हैं?
सर
Ajay Alok ask him, why does he and his party go to the police station to provide a legal defense to the ISIS people all the time?
तो हम कहां से जो इसके सपोर्टर हो गए?
Arnab, what are you talking? Arnab, what are you talking? When his leader from a public platform can say, जब मोदी पहाड़ में चले जाएंगे, योगी अपने मठ में जाएंगे, तब तुम लोग कहां जाओगे? He has the audacity to say that. And they have only one to say IS recruited. His leader can openly say कि मोदी जब पहाड़ में जाएंगे, योगी जब मठ में जाएंगे, तो तुम कहां जाओगे? Then his leader can say 15 मिनट पुलिस हटा दो, 100 करोड़ हिंदू और 20 करोड़ मुसलमान दिखा देते हैं. They are Vishuddha radicals. They are Vishuddha radicals, and they also provide soft cover.
लुम्बिनी ब्लास्ट का दीजिए.
Soft cover they provide, and they are themselves Vishuddha radicals. And they are the target person which the whole country should target. And there is an appeal to Muslim community. Discard yourself from these
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
who are bringing bad name to the whole Muslim society.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to put out the calculated and chilling, raw and unmasked horror of February 2020, captured second by second, frame by frame, on republicworld.com, where you can see all the videos and the text stories linked with it. Visuals don't lie. On the other hand, tonight, a deep analysis into the terrible crash of a Tejas fighter aircraft in the Dubai Air Show. We'll try and find out what exactly went wrong.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जलजीरा मसाला. सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जलजीरा जीरा सिप MDH का जलजीरा जीरा सिप.